Hi guys, and welcome to C# tutorial of an array. I just want to show you guys how this works. All you need to do is, you see inside on this text box, just enter the array number and click on this button. That adds the name Kim onto the list box. So if you add, because the array, we have 8 characters in there, so whatever you enter in there, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you enter an invalid character, check out what's going to happen. You see, input string is not in correct format. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual C# development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Thanks. Hi guys, and welcome to C# tutorial of how to create an array. I'm going to click on create new project, select C#, click on next. Give your project a name. I'm going to call that C# underscore array 2. Click on create. Okay, the development environment is ready. Now I'm going to go straight into the toolbox there, and I'm going to grab the following. Let's grab the panel. And just for you guys who don't know, arrays are used to store multiple data. Instead of you declaring multiple variables, you can just use an array to get that sorted. Okay, so let's go straight to the properties. Click on the properties, and I'm going to scroll right here. You see where we have border style. I'm going to change that to fixed 3D. There we go. Now let's change the back color of that. You don't have to do any of this, but I'm just doing it. Change the back color to cadet blue. There. I'm going to copy, just make a copy of that. Hold on to the control, click and drag and reposition it how you want. There we go. Now the one right at the back, let's change that to control. The one at the front, change that to control. That'll be fine. Let's do that again. This will be control, while the one at the back will be cadet blue. Cut that off, change this to control. And the panel at the back, just change that to cadet blue. There we go. Now let's add a list box. One list box. Then we also need, maybe, let's grab hold of one button, at least one button here. And what about text? Yeah, we're gonna need a text box. Then we also need a label. Just use that label as an indicator of what's happening. So just place that label here. Come right here. You see the label, auto size. Change that to false. And let's increase the font size of that label to something a little bit readable. Make that bold, and I'm going to make that maybe 26. There we go. And I'm going to change the text content of that label to, let's enter, maybe, yeah, something like that. Enter the array index. Okay, the array index. There we go. That will do. Okay, we can drag this, just place that up there. And this text box, we take in the value. We can change the text box to about 24, 26 as well, or maybe 24, something like that. Make that bold. 24. And this button as well, let's make that 24. And we can just enter generate array in there. Come right down here, double click on that button, call it generate, or just say enter array or index, array index. There we go. Okay, now let's select that very button and give it a name. That button is going to be known as, call it btn array. The label is also going to be known as LST array. The text box will be known as TXT array. There we go. Now they all have a name. Double click on your button there, and I am going to declare the following variables. So the very first one, I'm going to call it int I. So now we say I equals, let's say convert dot, that would be, let's go for int 32, and what I want it to convert would be whatever data I have inside txt. So txt array. So that is sorted. Now the next one that I'm going to do is, let's use try catch here just in case if there's any problem. I'm going to create a string, and what I want in there, the array will be, the name of the array will be called students, and I'm going to say student equals the following. Let's enter the names of our student in there. So let's say the first name will be Paul. So Paul stand at index 0. Let's enter another one where you can say Ali, and we can enter Khan in there, comma, and we can enter Ola, another one. Then let's say go for Johnny, and we can enter Aina, and let's add another one. What about Casey? Kim. There. So we have about 8 in total. So as you know, array always start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now enter that, enter semicolon there to block it all. Now I'm going to then say IST array. Let's accept that, and I'm going to ask that to add, change this method to add whatever we have inside student. Grab hold of that, paste student here, and we then enter whatever value enter inside the text box. So if you enter 0, 0 will generate Paul. Okay, so that is sorted. So Paul will be added onto the list box. Now let's take care of the catch. Anytime you add try, you must always end it with your catch statement. So in this case, I'm going to say exception, so that will handle whatever error in case if you enter on accepted value or any other character into it. So right in here, enter our statement block, and inside the statement block, let's use message box.show, and the message is going to be ex.message. The system will generate a message itself for us. At the same time, once that message is generated, maybe I should just clear whatever we have inside the text box here. Let's get that cleared. Because that means you've entered invalid data. Okay, that is it. That's our array. That is the array right there. Okay, if I run it now, click on run, and whatever value I enter in here, if I enter 0, there we go. You see the system generates Paul in there. So let's say we enter 5, and 5 is Aina. So let's do one thing. Come in here, you see this list box. I'm going to change the font size so that you guys can see that properly. Let's change it to about 24 as well. 24, that's good. Bold. Now get this one centered. Whatever value you enter there, there is centered. That's good. Double click on this text box as well. If you enter invalid data, I want you to clear it, and at the same time I want you to set focus in there. Focus. There we go. Accept that, and that is it. Done. Now let's run it again. Make sure it's saved. Run. And have a good look at the lines of codes. There. Now enter whatever value you want, maybe 7. There we go. It's came. Alright, so let's enter invalid data in there, and the message box should pop up. So it's telling me there's a data right in there, but because this is not inside the try cache, so I'm going to place it right inside the try cache. That should solve the whole problem. So just grab that and drag it, dump it right here. So it's inside this try cache now. So there we go. So let's run it again. You see, when I enter data, it should clear it if it's right as well. Let's come in here, copy this and paste it right in there. Alright, there should have been a semicolon here. Okay, run it again. There we go. Enter a value in there. I'm going to enter. Yeah, very good. You see that? It's now accepting that. And I'm going to enter whatever character in there as well. You see that? There. Now let's enter correct details in there. That's good. It's for Ali, Paul. There we go. 5, 3, 2. Let's go for 5 again. 4. Let's go for 6. There. And that is how you generate your own array, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. But just before I go, let me show you guys the lines of codes again. Check that out. Take it from where we have try cache. Okay, those are the lines of code that make up that beautiful array you just seen. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. And bye for now.